Hey guys, what's going on? This is Living with Perks, back with a new video about some gaming content. Now today I'm going to be showing you this device I bought online. It was approximately $55, and what it is the ED64 Plus. Now what this thing is it's basically a cartridge for your Nintendo 64 to play ROMs. A lot of people frown upon this in the gaming community, especially if you're into the retro consoles and whatnot, but over the years I've gotten rid of a lot of my N64 cartridges and I've been jonesing to play some old school games. Fortunately, I kept my Nintendo 64 and original controller, and I'm going to test this thing out to see how it does. Apparently there's some stuff preloaded on here. We'll see how it all works and if it's true to the original cartridge, which would be awesome. I am going to get this thing plugged in and we'll get this going. The ED64. Before we plug this guy in, I just want to show that it does have a switch on the top. This is for NTSC and PAL formats. I'm just going to keep it on NTSC because I am in North America and that's the standard format for games up here. It does come with a memory card. It is right on the side here. And holy crap, that just launched across the room. And holy... sure has some firepower to it. What I got is a 16 gigabyte micro SD card, and yeah, it just slides right in the side there. I'm going to put it in my Nintendo 64 and test it out and show you guys what I think. Alright, so got my N64 here, custom paint job on there that I did myself. I call it the Blue Raspberry Pop-Tart color scheme. I got my original Super Mario 64 cartridge in here. I just want to do a quick comparison here. So this is running off of some AV cables, your standard red, yellow, white cables that don't really come on TVs anymore, but this TV I kept and I'm using it for the retro games. As we can see here, you know, you got your pixelation. It's a little blurry on the HD screen. I don't have the HDMI converter for this, but that is probably going to be my next project. I just want to jump into this real quick just to kind of have a comparison of quality. My Mario's missing his hat. If you guys know how to get Mario's hat back, let me know. I have no idea where I lost it. This is an old save. I think it was the snow level where you could throw your hat. Anyway, that's what we got for the rail cartridge. I'm gonna plug in the ROM cartridge to see how it does. It almost looks like a Sega Genesis cartridge. Kind of funny. It doesn't have the rounded top. And they do have these cartridges online. They're called the EverDrive 64. I hear they're great quality and everything, but as far as price goes, they are typically in the $100 to $200 price point. And I just wanted to go with the cheap option. I do miss out on some features like automatic save when you hit the power button. With this guy, you have to hit the restart button or reset. And that's how you save your game before you shut the power off. Otherwise, you lose all the saves. Slides in there just nicely like that. I'm going to hit the power on and see what we got. So got this little SD browser window. It does have games preloaded in here, and it looks like they do also have the PAL format for the European games. I'm going to try to find Mario 64. We'll see if it's in here. Okay, so we got tons of games on here. Got everything from GoldenEye 007, down to friggin' Banjo-Kazooie. We got Bomberman, we got Bust a Move on here, Castlevania, Clay Fighter, Cruisin' USA. It looks like we got almost all the games from the N64 catalog on here, or at least the most memorable ones. I saw Diddy Kong's Racing, Gex, Gauntlet Legends. I'm curious to see how that one plays, because Gauntlet Legends is one of my favorite games of all time, and the emulators on computer, it really needed some great graphic cards to make it, you know, run smoothly. So I'm going to test that one out in a moment here, but I don't want to waste too much more of your guys' time. I'm going to get into Mario 64 and just have a quick comparison to how it played to the original cartridge. So you hit your start button to load the game. Quality looks very similar, and it's really smooth. It looks the same quality as the original cartridge. Still kind of fuzzy looking, but like I said, that's probably because of the HD screen that I'm using. If it were up to me, I'd have a tube TV plugged into this. Alright, made it through the little intro, and we are on to the game. And this game plays pretty much exactly how the original cartridge would play. I'm making sure there's nothing funky looking on the menu or anything like that. I do know some ROMs and emulators you miss out on some of the graphics, but so far no complaints on this. I love the fact that you can play this with the original hardware, controllers and all. I am actually going to be getting one of the Retro Fighter controllers, just to have something more, I guess you would say, modernized. So I am just going to complete this first mission here, and my goal is to do the save option with the reset button to see how that works out. There we go, the third drop, and he is done. Get my star, and then we'll save the game. Alright, so I did the save and continue option in game, but I'm going to exit this room and hit the reset button on here to see if it gives me a save state to continue off of. So this is kind of frustrating. I saved my game and it's not on here. What in the heck? I guess maybe I have to turn off the power? I'm afraid to do that, but we'll see what it does. Loading it back up. There it is. So, freaked me out a little bit, but once you hit the reset button on here, you have to turn off the power for it to actually save your data. The unfortunate thing is it doesn't have a save state, so I continue the game as if I just, turned off the game after saving on the cartridge here. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I could have sworn I saw something about save states, but maybe that's the EverDrive. I'm going to exit this game, and I am going to boot up Gauntlet Legends, and after that I will call it a day. No controller pack, so it does know, except actually it did know I had a controller pack. It says it's damaged in an attempt to repair. This is a extremely old memory card that I had, and I do know it did not work, so either the battery's dead in it, but I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to just continue without saving in this one. No expansion pack, so that's the bonus thing that you would have in the front. It came with Donkey Kong 64, but I sold that with my Donkey Kong 64 game because I wanted to give someone a complete set. And we'll just get right into this real quick. And again, the game is playing rather smooth. I mean, this game did have a little bit of lagginess to it because the Nintendo 64 was probably the worst port for this game. I think they say PlayStation plays it better. It was also on Dreamcast, but growing up I only had it on the N64. Otherwise I had to go to the arcade to play. But as far as this goes, graphics look just as they did on the original cartridge. I am really pleased with this. Now, one thing I am curious about is not having the memory pack in the controller. If this game were to save on the memory card, but that's something I might have to test another day. I just want to demonstrate what this thing is capable of, and it can do a lot. I mean, $55 for this thing. I got it on AliExpress, typically a site that people are kind of weary of because it's one of those, I guess, badly translated websites, and there is tons of sellers on there, but I went with one that sold over 1,000 of these cartridges. It said the cartridge wasn't going to be delivered until the end of January. It arrived, within a week or 2 weeks after I ordered it. So shipping was great. The cartridge is playing very well. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this and all the games that it came with. I think I'm gonna call it quits there. I'm just gonna keep trying this out, see what other games I can play on this. It looked like it had pretty much everything you could ask for on the Nintendo 64. You do have the option to load additional games on here, I'm sure, with the micro SD card. Throw it into your computer and download your games. Again, I know people are against piracy and everything, but sometimes you just want a game. That's what it's all about. That was my review of the ED64 Plus. Like I said, I bought this gem on AliExpress for $55. Can't beat that price for the amount of games you get on this and what it's capable of. If you guys like that video, hit the like button, subscribe to Living with Perks, and as always, we'll catch you next time. Peace.